afternoon to one and all. Like you, we are very much ready to go here. Looking forward to a game that has been the topic of universal conversation in this part of the world for much of the last few days. It's dry at the moment, but the forecasters have warned us of impending rain. There's no certainty about that, but when it does come, it shouldn't affect the dynamics of a match which has so much riding on it. Certainly this is a very, very impressive venue, quite a sight to behold. Are you reading this formation, Jake Beckham?
Well, if you want to secure a clean sheet, Peter, this is a very good way of going about it. It adds discipline and lends a stubbornness to that midfield, which can stifle opposition attempts to play through, and it takes a lot of pressure off your defence, of course. Forces longer passes through the aerial route. So, all things considered, that extra layer across midfield is highly, highly effective.
So off we go then. So this first game beyond the halfway point of the season. Some good stubborn defending there. Forward it goes. Needs to get it forward quickly. Keeper's ball. Good idea, just poorly executed. Both sides, I think, lacking in intent. There's a long ball.
It can only get better, this. We haven't seen a shot yet, and I'm hoping that when we do, it'll spark a whole series of them, because it needs livening up.
That's a foul. It could be a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. And he has shown them a yellow card. Players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref. And he's kept it out. Oh no, he misses from the start.
You couldn't ask for a better opportunity to equalise, but now he'll feel like the opposition have just scored.
That's been levered clear. And that's a throw. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Questions were asked, he's given the answers. And he's onside! Can he score?
Very speculative, with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Off the ball.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
He's got away. That has been clapped away. That's clear cut. It's a free kick. It's just a verbal warning. one through here. Small kick. That's a poor kick by the keeper, he's just given it straight back. So the other team has broken through. It's certainly not going to want to try. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goals. And a closing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. We're underway again.
Well, the first half didn't really produce the goals we'd have liked. Hopefully they've been safe for the second. For that to be the case, though, we need to see more energy and invention early on.
Going through, and the ball's come out. There are a few waiting for it. It's a very good battle there, terrific to watch. One in. Oh, the real chance! There's a hit! Relief it. Just needed kind of contact.
Oh, no, that was a chance. What a chance.
Time for a change of personnel. To break out here. Forward it goes. Dangerous looking ball. It's come to nothing. A corner. And it's hoisted clear. It's good distance on it. Challenge, but well within the laws. Chances to talk of, Jim. Defence seems on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection of what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goals simply because respective defences have been strong.
The referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. Changes here, on both sides in fact. And the shot! It's in! Finally the breakthrough! When the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that favour.
That's how you make an impact as a sub. You know, when most are tiring, you can impose a freshness and energy to best effect. What an introduction.
So, the manager making the last of his changes.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. He was looking very, very late.
So we have a breakthrough.
I think the danger for them now is fatigue. I think when the body tires, the mind soon follows. So concentration is key from here.
In comes the corner. been two.
He got too ahead of himself there, thinking how he could have made things safe.
It's looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation.
Well, it remains to be seen whether they can come up with that little bit of class to rescue the situation. It needs to be any time now, really. Final seconds, this has to be it. Great ball, now the shot. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. In towards the centre. We have here their final chance. He just whacks it away. And that's it. Well, that does not help. Interpret the performance as you will. But the key truth is that they lost. What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
It's a poor result. They offered very little goal threat, and it's the kind of unproductive performance that can drain confidence pretty quickly. At the business end, they just can't close a deal.
I think we're just about out of time, so many thanks to Jim, and a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to you on this most pleasantly clear evening. As you can see, we are getting through the pre-match formalities and processes, the players coming onto the field for the usual fanfare and handshakes and so on. Conditions absolutely perfect. Temperatures are kind enough. It's an absolute picture under the floodlights here. And the match that follows ought to follow suit. Venue this, which simply adds to the spectacle of the game at stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. Formation, Jim Beglin?
Well, the lone striker has to be prepared to do some of the work himself, but essentially he needs two of the three central midfielders to make runs beyond him and trust that the wide men can service the penalty box and make those link-up runs from out to in. He should get plenty of support with this setup.
the way. So this first game beyond the halfway point of the season. Now the breakaway. His opposite number. Battles to win it back. Out to the left it goes. This has gone, that's foul. You might think he got off lightly, it is just a verbal warning. Brilliant interception. Forward. What does he try from here? Fires from distance. Here we go, but off target.
If he sacrifices some power, he may control the elevation.
Puts it back. The other side really getting hold of the ball. To stroke it through. Oh, well defended. That had to be done. Still goalless at the moment. Wrong with that tackle. All won cleanly. Penetration to go with all this possession.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
Is it in? Only by poor finishing.
Well, talking about a man on a mission, that was a super effort.
Got through. Shoots! He's delivered all right! Given such an open invitation, he was always going to shoot.
And that's what the game is all about. Find space and finish, but we have to credit the passer to pick him out.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Yeah, and they know there's plenty of work left in this one, Peter, before they can actually say that the job is over.
He's got options out wide. First half is done, so there you have it, a close fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, and ultimately produced just one goal. A decent game up to now.
Well, it hasn't exactly got the plan so far, but there's no need to panic. There's still plenty of time to get back into this. As always, an early goal will help sweep things back in their favour.
Just back from your break, missed very little of the resumption of the second half. So, 45 minutes to turn it round. a great exchange.
Well, that was textbook stuff on the 1-2 there. Great link-up play, difficult to deal with.
And it's been taken straight back into the channel. Played into space out wide. It's been leave it clear.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Hope it's just about the sum of it, isn't it, Jim?
Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do.
Can he fit? It's one! A great save, real class.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, they may be down, but they're far from out. In terms of chances, they're right up there with these opponents.
This is promising. Looks to clip it forward. And the volley. Disappointing finish in the end.
Look, it was achievable, Peter, but it needed his best.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Just brushed off the ball there. Turns and goes back. And the shot! Needed better contact.
I think the little eagle has just got the better of him. He may have been thinking about back page headlines there.
Sees it from behind. Well played, he saw that coming.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed.
Goes for goal! What about it? And with that goal comes comfort.
The understanding between those two plays a big part in that, and releasing the run on side proved the key ingredient.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's how you make an impact as a sub. You know, when most are tiring, you can impose a freshness and energy to best effect. What an introduction.
So that's two now without reply. Pushes it out wide. He's left his man. Oh, terrible pass. Needs to get forward quickly. And that's it. Well, that is truly disappointing. It is a results business, and this result is worth nothing. And after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the surprise for me was seeing a team look so feeble in what is usually a strongly protected area. But the centre of their defence looked open and very, very unsafe.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, whatever time of day or night it is with you, welcome along to a game which is threatened, I have to tell you, by a rather forbidding weather forecast. The expectation is for quite heavy rain as the game grows older this evening. It hasn't arrived just yet, but it will do shortly. Glad to report, though, that that hasn't affected the crowd who are here in good number and indeed in good voice. The game will be underway very soon. One glance and you know where we are. It is one of the most recognisable arenas for the beautiful game in the world. And boy, does it add to the occasion. They appear to be shaping up in a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, the modern version of that is a lot more fluid and flexible than in bygone times. There is a much greater understanding of the need for players to cover forward running, and it enables risk-taking while the gaps are filled. I'm very much a fan of it. There are a lot of people who seem to have kind of ignored it and just put it to bed, but it still works, it's still valid, and I think we're going to see it be successful here.
So it's down to business here. This first game beyond the halfway point of the season. Well positioned to make that interception. Made sure that that won't get through. He's got options out wide. Is it out of harm's way? Taken straight back. Still Dick running. Cuts it out. Going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Surely he scores! Oh, great defending, that needed doing. It's long.
We haven't had an attempt on goal is becoming an embarrassing reflection of these teams.
He's had a shot! Quality ball drilled in low.
Oh, how has that not ended up in the back of the net? There was a cracking ball in the way he drilled it across and kept it down too.
Direct. He seems to really alert to the danger. Out to the left it goes. Hoists it high. Goalkeeper's ball. They're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Play it through, and it's got through. Now the breakaway, forward it goes. Played out to the right, he's got away. That'll be the final action of the first half. So the other team has broken through. It's not going to want to try. Interesting game up to now. Still goals. What's the first half compared with your expectation?
Yeah, the scoreline doesn't tell the whole story, as one side has been significantly better, at least defensively.
After 45 minutes, it is still goalless. Change perhaps after half-time. They are already promptly back underway. No score in the first half. He's ready to go for it now. And he's being judged offside.
May have been caught offside, but well, Peter, from experience, defenders can tell you hate those runs in behind.
Keeper goes long. Real chance. Here, fires from distance. There they go.
Yeah, on another occasion, all that went wrong, they come right.
Another throw. Tries to get it forward quickly. Here it comes. Good to safety. And the counter is on. Good running with the ball. Can they build on it? Looking to report from an attacking perspective.
It's 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but we're not giving up on it. There's plenty of energy on the pitch, not to give up hope just yet.
He's gone for it! He's there to make a great save.
Oh, that's a sparkling save, absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra-sharp.
Much changes here. Both sides, in fact. The referee's seen the board and he's going to allow a double change to go ahead now. Stitch defending, but that'll do. This could... Is it in? It's away. It's again. Shot on! It's anyone's ball. And he heaves it forward. Ain't long and direct. There's no flag. It's a fine run and he's happy to keep going. Looking to shoot. He's good distance on it. Maybe another change here.
Well, the stamina was called into question, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Brushed off the ball there.
Do they stick or twist? Caution or risk? Or what will they do more? I think it would be a cautious mindset they would get more from this, so I'd like to see them try and go with this. Look, this could still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some end.
He's left his man. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Georgia averted for now. One, if not for fans, then perhaps for coaches, satisfied by organisation and solidity. Little cutting edge at either end, and it finishes nil-nil. Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, neither side could get over the line here. Perhaps one team might be happier, but at the final reckoning, it's honours even and no complaints.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. match of considerable significance, great consequence in this part of the world. We're talking about this one for a while, and they have rolled up to it in fantastic numbers. See the roads outside the ground in the hour or two leading up to it. It has been bumper to bumper, the traffic has been extraordinary, and the level of expectation is also very, very high. So these supporters who were queuing round the block for their tickets as soon as we knew the date of the fixture, well now they can't wait for it to begin. And begin it will any second now. It is a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game at stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. Underway. Start of this match marks the beginning of the second half of the campaign. Questions were asked. He's given the answers. Chance to break. And he's shown him a clean going for goal. He's delivered all right.
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they've reflected that on the training ground because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front. They really commit forward in numbers too. It's all very well played.
Deadlock broken. It's 1-0.
Yeah, this is also a chance to see what happens to their level of concentration from here.
He's lifting it over. Real chance. He's gone for it. Really well taken goal. You've got to say the odds on him missing from there were very slim.
Yeah, it looks simple, Peter, but it requires intelligent use of space and good understanding to pull it off.
That has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Yeah, it's always a dangerous time when you just scored. You can easily lose focus and bang, you fight back again.
That's a foul. Referee's given it. It's not taking him long. That's going to be a booking. Been taken straight back. And back to base. Through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. It's got through to him.
with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Massive lead! Enough try.
A more than decent attempt, Peter. Well, plenty of moving targets to pick out in the box. Obviously increases the chances of the ball being met like that by someone.
Just make certain that won't get through. The referee's ordered a free kick. To the possibilities there, great stuff.
Well, for me, that's just pure credit to Prince. It's not so much the finish, but the way he read the situation, and nobody else was even allowed to. It's fantastic.
He's made it two, and no doubt he's hungry for more. So we have a breakthrough.
But for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back of it.
To the left it goes. He's got away. Chance has a swing at it. He scored. And right on half-time, that is telling. Beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Now that's what I call finishing. Right in the corner. He knew instinctively he was there. He didn't need to waste any time weighing things up. That's a cracking goal.
We hit half-time, and it has been a pretty crazy game so far. They've played out in extraordinary fashion, and the scoreline underlines that. Terrific half, 4 goals split evenly, beautifully set up for the second period to follow. So we're into the second 45. To either side during the break. Forward it goes. He's left his man. This could fall anywhere. Good work on the right flank. Now, what's next? Pushes it out wide. appeals, but the referee is not interested.
Peter, we can only applaud that quality of tackling the circumstances. It was probably goal-saving.
Swept in.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Some space. Going through. He's gone for it! In it goes! And they've got their lead back. Jimmy, your thoughts?
Well, he made it obvious as to where the pass should be played, Peter, and it made the finish look that bit easier.
Sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Look, I just think they've kept at it, got the reward. Now they need to hang on to it.
Good challenge, he just stood firm. Tries to strike through. It's ball, who's going to get there? Yeah, throw in. Crosses in a low one.
Look, with time running out, they have to get the ball in the penalty box, and if it means a long punt, then so be it. They've got to give themselves a chance.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. That has been clubbed away. There is the final whistle. What a match, what a comeback. That is how to respond to adversity. Truly deserving winners. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Look, the win's a win. Sometimes it's not as you'd like, but you have to find a way to produce what you need, and I thought they did that.
And that's it for today. Thank you, Jim, and goodbye. Well, whatever time of day or night it is with you, welcome along to a game which is threatened, I have to tell you, by a rather forbidding weather forecast. The expectation is for quite heavy rain as the game grows older this evening. It hasn't arrived just yet. It will do shortly. The latter report, though, that hasn't affected the crowd, who are here in on that, and indeed a good voice. Very soon. This must be amongst the favourite arenas of supporters all over the world. It really does have a very special feel to it. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
Well, what I like about this system, Peter, is the way in which both central midfielders have to work in tandem. If one opts to go forward, the other sits, and when one moves either side to snuff out an attack, the other will hold the central ground. Communication is obviously vital to make it a success, but this team knows what it's doing, and I think we're going to see that reflected.
So we're up and running. the beginning of the second half of the campaign. Surely a foul, free kick. Offside, yes it is.
Yeah, that's a good spot and a good call.
Forward it goes. To make that interception. Penetration to overall this possession.
Well, both sides have actually looked good on forward. We've hardly seen anything meaningful yet.
Looks to thread it through. Timely intervention. Progress he's made on the ball. Where to next? Out to the left it goes. To shoot, nicely controlled, and he's whipped it in low. Has to get it forward quickly. Out wide to the right. Lovely bit of skill. Hoists it high. That's a foul. The referee's given it. Throw it.
Top defending and preventing his turning, which can open up many possibilities.
Back up. And he's shown him a clean pair of heels. Cut out in the nick of time. Be beaten there. Real chance, it's one! Good effort, and it is right on half-time. So the other team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. Interesting game up to now, and still goals. To review the first half.
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
So they head in no further forward. Score here, still 0-0. So we're just settling back into this second half.
At least there's always a plus side to the scoreless half. Defences are doing what they should. It's going to take
break here. Pushes it out wide, back into the middle. Chance to shoot. Look the likely outcome.
Yeah, teamwork was key to that. Beautiful piece of engineering to set him free in the box.
So we have our breakthrough.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Enough try.
A more than decent attempt, Peter.
Both sides now taking this chance to turn to their benches. That's a poor kick by the keeper, he's just given it straight back. Of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled.
That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
There's not too much. It's clear cut. It's a free kick. That's going to be a good kick. Available out wide. Up to meet it! And he scored! There seemed no way back, but they are level. It's no fluke, it's what he was there for.
Oh, players like this fella almost have a sixth sense to get themselves in such great coaching positions. How quick-minded was that?
Manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that favour.
That's how you make an impact as a sub. You know, when most are tired, you can impose a freshness and image to the best effect. What an introduction.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, that goal just serves to give them the momentum and psychological edge now at this stage. For me, they've got to chase a win. Look, this could still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time to select.
Just brushed off the ball there. He's left his man.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game will yield a winner.
He's got good distance on that. Good interception. Went in for a slight tackle and executed it cleanly. Going through. Surely, the shot's on! Presents the wrong outcome. So, the manager making the last of his changes.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, it's most likely to make
Gets up to head it! Just off target. And that's it. Well, a game that had everything except a winner. Really watchable and honours even. After all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.